Verifying trig identities. Example A. Remember, the rules are very specific. We can either rewrite one side until it matches the other, or we can work on both sides until they match each other. We have to work independently with each side. Our tools are algebra as well as basic trig identities, and the whole point is to show every step. We already know the answer. This is an identity. We are providing a proof of verification. We'll draw this line down the middle to remind ourselves not to cross it. And then we'll look for some kind of starting strategy. What I see is a lot of different trig functions here, and that makes me think maybe changing to sines and cosines would be a good idea. So the first term on the left is already expressed in terms of sine and cosine, but for tangent x, I'll replace that with sine x over cosine x. And I think on the right, I'll go ahead and switch to 1 over cosine x. Let's see, what's next? Well, when I see two fractions being added or subtracted, I think I should try to go ahead and carry out that operation, carry out the addition. In order to do that, I'm going to have a common denominator. So I factor each denominator. This one does not factor. This one does not factor, which means the common denominator will just be the product of those two pieces. Obviously, this first fraction is missing the cosine x, so I'll have to fix that on the top and on the bottom. And the second fraction is missing the 1 plus sine x, and so I'll fix that on the top and on the bottom. So let's write down what our new fractions are now. The first fraction becomes cosine squared x on the top over that LCD. I'm leaving the LCD in a factored format in case there's some canceling that happens later. The second fraction, I should go ahead and multiply out there on the top. I have a little bit of distributive property to carry out. That's going to give me sine x plus sine squared x, and again then over the LCD. And now I can go ahead and add those fractions. Let's see, my numerator, cosine squared x plus sine squared x, all over that LCD. And do you see where we head now? I've got a cosine squared x plus a sine squared x. Well, that's equal to 1. And so my numerator has simplified to just be 1 plus sine x. Well, you see, this is why we left that denominator in a factored format, because the top, if I try to factor it, it's its own factor. It doesn't factor. And now I have a common factor on the top and on the bottom, namely 1 plus sine x. So I can divide the top by that. I can divide the bottom by that. I'll put my last step here to the side. I'm left with 1 on the top and cosine x on the bottom, and we're done. We made a match. We have verified the identity. Thanks for watching.